Welcome to Conversations from the Heart. This week's message is for those of you who are struggling right now, feeling weighed down by life's challenges. We've all been there. When life throws a curveball at us, and doesn't matter how hard we try, things don't seem to go our way, right? We get hit by things that feel underserved and unfair, and in those moments it's easy to question everything, to question whether life or even God is against us. So if you're carrying a burden right now that you didn't ask for, I want you to stay with me for a moment. What if I told you that sometimes the very things that seem like misfortunes in our lives are the very blessings and acts of protections that we need, even when we don't see it at the time? There's a story that has stuck with me for many years, that has helped me keep my faith alive when all hope seemed gone. I know that it can do the same for you. Enjoy the story. There was once a shepherd, a kind and compassionate man who cared deeply for his flock. But among his sheep, there was one that was different. This particular sheep had a spirit of her own. No matter how many times the shepherd called her back, no matter how many times he tried to keep her within the safety of the fold, she couldn't stay put. Time and time again, the poor shepherd will guide her gently, try to set clear boundaries, but somehow she always managed to slip by him, roaming beyond the boundaries that were being set. She was too naive, too eager for the freedom of the open field to see the looming threat. She couldn't comprehend the peril that lay just beyond her reach, too focused on her own desires to recognize the dangers that the shepherd saw. Then one day, the shepherd did something that shocked everyone. In an act almost unimaginable, he made the heart-wrenching decision, and with deep sorrow, but even with deeper love, he made the decision and broke all four of the legs. Now imagine for a second how that could have appeared to those watching from the outside. The shepherd's actions may have seemed utterly cruel. How could he? How could someone who loved this sheep so much intentionally break her legs? The sheep, in her pain and confusion, couldn't understand why the shepherd would do such a thing to her. She was broken and helpless and unable to see beyond her suffering. But here's the truth. The shepherd saw something she couldn't see. He understood something that she couldn't grasp. What the sheep did not know was that beyond the fold, beyond the boundaries, were wolves, dangerous and patient, waiting in the shadows for the right moment to strike. The shepherd knew that only by breaking her legs, she could remain close enough where he could protect her from the very things she couldn't see. And as he carried her on his back, tending to her, nursing her wounds, and keeping her safe, something began to shift. The sheep started to understand the pain she felt, the suffering she had endured wasn't meaningless. It was in that brokenness state that she found the true value of the shepherd's presence. In time, the sheep healed and walked again, but something had changed in her. She no longer wandered off. She had learned to trust in the shepherd's wisdom. She understood at that moment that the shepherd knew what was best for her, and from that point on, she always stayed close to him. Now, you may be wondering what this story has to do with you. Everything. When life feels like it's falling apart, You may feel like that sheep with broken legs, vulnerable, confused, and in pain. In those moments, it is tempting to feel that we've been abandoned. But here's the thing I want you to consider. Just like the shepherd, the universe sees things that we can't. The universe knows things that we can't comprehend. She sees the dangers, the light just beyond the horizon, the threats that we're too blind to see, and the path that could lead us to destruction. And in her infinite love, sometimes the universe allows our legs to be broken, metaphorically speaking. Not because she wants to punish us, but because she loves us too much to let us wander into situations that could completely destroy us. In our impatience, in our stubbornness, in our desire to understand things in our own way, we fail to realize that the universe is working tirelessly in the background, guiding us and protecting us from things that we can't even fathom. The pain, the struggles, the hardships that we endure, they aren't punishments, they are safeguards. They are the ways that the universe keeps us from the wolves lurking out of sight. So the next time that you are struggling with something that feels like a broken leg in your life, remember this. The universe is your shepherd, guiding you with a love so deep that she will do whatever it takes to keep you safe. And like the sheep, it is in those moments of brokenness that we get to understand the depths of the universe protection and the wisdom behind what seems like suffering. Thank you for joining me today. If this message has reached you in any way, I encourage you to send it to someone who also needs to hear this message. Again, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next episode.